feelings, then you're in the wrong industry. They may not like you as a person. They may not like your energy. They may not like that you're maybe talking too fast or talking too slow.
Hey posers! Welcome back to the channel. This is Juan and Lana.
And today we're talking about collaborations. How to find them, what are those, and how to convince a photographer to collaborate with you on the shoot.
Let's get started.
While talking about headshots and building your portfolio in episode 7, please check that episode out first, we talked that collaborations is an amazing way to build up your portfolio, get to know a lot of photographers and work with them for free. And now we kind of want to dive into collaborations and how to find them, what are those, and how to improve your chances on getting a collaboration with a photographer.
And a collaboration is also known as a TFP shoot. In a TFP, the model and the photographer have to both be interested in the idea, and just know that you're not getting paid for it. All you're doing is trading time for the pictures that you're going to be using. And both parties have to both have to like the idea in order for it to work.
And to be passionate about it. Mm-hmm. So the idea has to be very inspiring for both parties, so they're interested to do it even for free. Doesn't matter if you get paid or not. So now, where do you look for those collaborations?
So the first most common place to find collaborations, guys, will be on Facebook. You can search modeling groups, photography groups that do TFP, and there'll be a whole bunch of groups in your area. Just make sure you put TFP shoot in New York, TFP shoot in Dallas, TFP shoot in Texas, wherever, and you'll find a really long listing of a lot of people that do TFP, makeup, and stuff like that. Make
sure to write a post on their wall and introduce yourself. Try to provide any kind of picture that showcase your actual look, what you look like, current look, not something you looked like 6 years ago.
Yes, don't catfish the photographers.
Yeah, make sure they're not like black and white, super photoshopped, Snapchat kind of filtered photos. Those are not the type of photos you want to showcase to present your look.
Just your face, natural. As natural as possible.
Yeah, and your body would helpful too, not just your face. Instagram. This is the #1 place for you to establish relationship with photographers, other models, makeup artists, all kinds of creatives, because everybody is posting their work on Instagram. Everybody wants people to be interested in their work. So this is your opportunity to go search for people, especially in your area, local people, and interact with their content. Be active on their page, like things, comment on things, be out there, make sure they are familiar with your page, with your profile picture. Make sure, like, the more active you are, the higher the chances are they're gonna go on your profile, check it out, and they're gonna be like, oh, he seems cool, and maybe I want to work with this person. So make sure that you are being very active on Instagram. Follow photographers and models. Sometimes they post about meetings and workshops that are happening. Sometimes it's very cheap, small amount that models have to pay to chip in for the workshop. Sometimes it's totally free for models. And that would be a great place for you to get a lot of shots taken by many photographers at the same time. So you get some good portfolio shots.
Talking about Instagram, Instagram's threads, there are a lot of photographers that do post. They are looking to connect with models or other photographers, or they have just a long list of people they want to connect with. So make sure you interact with them, go to their profile, follow them, and sometimes they'll literally looking for models that want to do TFP shoots. So you can just like, hey, I'm a model, I'm new to the industry or trying to get some pictures done. Let me be part of your shoot. And that's one way to connect as well, or to collaborate.
Yes.
Yeah, super simple,
Threads
super easy.
Is a new platform.
Yeah.
I see a lot of photographers post about that as well.
All the time. All right, guys, a real quick mention we talk about it all the time is social events. So you'll go to a social event, you'll meet a lot of models, a lot of photographers, and that's one way to connect. And I've gotten a lot of photography collaborations that way. I find out that this person's a photographer and I show them my Instagram profile, and from there we just work something out. So social events do help.
And I think the great place, why it's such a great way to meet people, is because on social media it could be a little bit distracting with all other profiles there. Plus, people don't sense or feel your personality on social media, but during the social event, people actually get to interact with you and see what kind of a human being you are, what energy you have, if you're vibing with that photographer or not. And so they can just like you as a person, and then later on they see your Instagram, maybe they see that like, okay, you're not a professional model, but then like, I liked him, and I would work with her anyways, like multiple chance.
Give it a shot. Now, what if nobody wants to collaborate with you? What do you do then?
What if nobody interested? Well, there's few reasons that could be valid on why people are not interested in collaborating with you. The first one, and let's be real here, they may just not like you. If it hurts your feelings, then you're in the wrong industry. They may not like you as a person. They may not like your energy. They may not like that you're maybe talking too fast or talking too slow. It could be simple as that. Just like your energy basically is not vibing with their energy. They may not like your look. Maybe they like your look as a human being, but then for photo shoot, this is not what they are used to shoot in general, so they're not really interested in shooting your look for their portfolio. Could be simple as that. And sometimes they just don't like your work. Maybe they like you as a person, but then they see your work and they're like, oh yeah, this is not what I'm looking for. That's it, simple as that. Sorry if I'm mean.
You get to take it. All right, another reason why people might not want to collaborate with you is because the photographer that you're trying to collab with is probably like at a different level than you. So basically they're out of your league, which is okay. You just have to find one that is in your league. It happens a lot, guys. Especially if you're new, a lot of photographers that have upped their skills, have been doing this for a while, won't work with models that just started out. And then if you have no photography or photos of you as a model on your Instagram, and you're not really showing that you're a model, they're not going to be very interested in working with you at all. Yeah, pretty cutthroat, but it is what it is.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
So photographers and models usually collaborate whenever they are on the same level. So if model is just the beginner and photographer is a little more established, then it's preferred that model would pay photographer to get a shoot with them. And the other way around, if model is more established, photographer just starting out, photographer would pay model for their time to work together. So if you want to collaborate where nobody pays nobody, it means you have to be on the same level. If you're just starting out as a model, find a photographer that's just starting out as well. So you experiment with new poses and they experiment with new angles, lighting,
techniques,
all the settings on their camera. And so there's no guarantee that it's going to be a great photo shoot, but it's going to be a great experience for both of you. Another reason on why they may not be interested in collaborating with you is because you're not presenting yourself on social media as a model. If your page looks like you're just a regular person that has nothing to do with modeling, they may not be interested just because they don't think you have what it takes, you have the skills, you have even interest in being in a collaboration. So make sure you put it out there that you are a model, maybe you're just starting out model. Make sure you let people know that you are into modeling. And
also another thing that makes people not want to work with you, if you're bad at like responding. Let's say you message a photographer and then they're like, yeah, let's do this, but you take days, maybe even a week or two to reply, and you're just not responding at all, your communication is trash, they're not going to want to work with you at all. You're not sure what you want to do, you say, hey, let's do a photo shoot together. Okay, what kind of photo shoot? I don't know. I thought you would think about that.
I don't know, you tell me.
Yeah, you tell me.
It's like, well, if you're the first one reaching out to the photographer, you have to bring something to the table, basically. Photographers may not want to work with you if they get a feeling from you, and it could come from poor communication, unprofessional responses, and all kinds of related to that, or just your profile being very immature, looking very mature. Photographers don't want to waste their time planning a photo shoot and talking to you and like chatting back and forth if they think that you may flake last moment, if they don't think you are being serious about it.
Because when it comes to that day, they're getting all their stuff packed, they have a camera, they have lights, they have a little cart that they have to take with them, they have a whole bunch of gears they have to take with them and get prepared just for that photo shoot, and all you have to do is basically bring yourself and whatever you're gonna wear. And if you're flaking last minute, that photographer most likely never gonna want to work with you again. So if you're a flake, guys, sorry, but modeling's not gonna work.
And maybe you would not even flaked, but if something about you gives photographer that impression that you may be that flake, if non-serious, not taking it seriously, unprofessional model, they may not want to just guess and waste their time on you.
So just move on to the next model that actually replies, talks back, communicates, and gets everything set up.
Presents themselves in a very professional way. Now let's talk about how to improve your chances on making a photographer interested in collaborating with you.
So one of the ways that collaboration can happen, guys, with a photographer is by looking your best with what you got. So just start taking care of yourself, guys, drinking more water, going out to exercise, fixing your hair up, looking as nice as possible. You remember, you're a model and you have to look as good as you can. So just take care of yourself, hygiene wise, look wise, fix your beard, fix your hair, whatever you need to do to look the best you can.
Yeah, and I think it's worth mentioning, we're not talking about fake lashes, fake nails, hair extensions. That's not what we mean.
Not at all,
That's
guys.
not what we're talking about. Fake butts or fake boobs. Like this is not.
Yeah, don't go get surgery just because we said to look the best you can. But we're just saying that just your natural look. Make sure you work on your health, basically.
Now, another thing you can do and you should do, maintain your social media presence. And I know a lot of people, they don't care about social media, they don't care about being a blogger. You don't have to be a blogger, you don't have to have a lot of followers, but open up your page. Make sure people don't have to follow you in order to see if you have anything on your page. Like if you are a very private person and you don't want to, maybe modeling like is under question for you. I mean, it's not impossible. You can still be a model and have private page on social media, possible. But if you want to heighten up, improve your chances. If you want to improve your chances on people being interested in working with you, open up your profile. Make sure you post things on that profile, not just sunsets and your dog, and some sushi date that you had recently with the table picture. I mean, those are all probably great here and there, but make sure you show what you look like, your actual look. No Snapchat filters, no blurry out photos, and I mean, those can be there as well, but make sure there are photos that represent what your body looks like, what your face looks like, somewhat naturally. Of course, we all trying to make pictures look the best we can. It's fine if you like retouch here and there, but it has to be realistic. People have to have a clear idea what you look like, whether or not they would want to work with you.
Yep. So no filters.
So your social media profile page has to represent and project the image that you want, how you want people to see you. How do you want to be perceived? You want to be perceived as professional, reliable, easygoing, fun, loving person, somebody who is flexible, that flexible is also great, but just flexible with different angles, trying new things, that you are available, that you are on social media, that you continuously like interact with people there, post things, a story here, a post there. Doesn't have to be anything extra, but make sure people know, like if they reach out, like you're not somebody who just appears on social media once every 3 months and then disappears again.
All right, guys, something that can be very, very helpful, and a lot of people are scared to do so, is reaching out to photographers as a model. I do this all the time, especially when I really like the photographer's work. I'm like, hey, I really love your work. I would love to collaborate sometimes. Sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes I'll send one and wouldn't get a reply till like 6 months later, or none at all, but at least I tried is what matters, right? Sometimes I'll get a response right away. Sometimes I'll get like a week, and then people be like, yeah, let's work together. I really like your work and you're awesome. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this. And we start planning out from there. So don't be afraid to reach out, guys, because you never know if you never ask.
Yeah, listen to him.
Yeah.
I never reach out to people. I'm a princess who likes to be reached out to.
You heard it here first. So if you saw this video, you make sure you reach out to her.
I like to be reached out
to. So reach out, guys. It'll really help you out, and you never know the possibilities that you can get from just sending like, hey, I really like your work. I would love to work with you someday. And not only reach out, also engage with their posts and stuff. because like she said before, when you leave a comment, people will be like, I've never seen this person before. Let me click on their profile. And then they can see your work from there and be like, oh, this person's really cool. I really like their work. And when you reach out, it makes it even easier for them to agree to work with you.
And on top of that, if you have any people who are like also models that you know anybody, you are not in competition with other models. And so if you comment on their posts, if you think it's a great post and you want to comment on it, don't be afraid to comment. You're not in competition with them. Just comment, and there's a high chances that there's photographers who are also going to be viewing that same photo. They're going to see your comment. They're going to be interested in you as well. So there's enough work for everybody.
One thing I do want to add, talk to models, make friends with models, because sometimes there are photographers, even TFP shoots, where they're looking for a specific type of model, and then that model can think of you and recommend you. It's happened to me before as well.
Yeah. So not just photographers that you want to interact with on social media, interact with other models.
Yeah.
Network within other models as well.
And it opens up a whole new door for you.
Now, another great tip for you is know what you bring into the table. Know what your strong suits are. And it could be as simple as you just being communicative and responding right away and easy to talk to, easy to discuss things with, because trust me, most of people, they're not easy to talk to. They don't correspond in text messages professionally. They don't respond right away. They have all kinds of different things going on, and so a lot of people also maybe like non-flexible. They're always busy, even if they're great, but they're always busy. Maybe you are that person who's flexible with your time. You're always available for whatever it is, for any idea. Maybe you're great with communicating. Simple as that. On top of that, you can have extra things like maybe you're great at styling. Maybe you have some really cool wardrobe outfits that you can put together and they're gonna look amazing for any kind of lifestyle shoot or editorial shoot. Use that and offer that to photographers. Maybe you are a makeup, enthusiast yourself, and you can create some really cool looks. Maybe you're really good with hair. Maybe you just have a long, gorgeous hair like Rapunzel, and that's great thing for photographers to be interested in to shoot with you. Simple as that. Like if your body is maybe super skinny, super sleek for specific photo shoot.
Maybe your body contortionist, then you can move your body in different ways. That helps too. Anything you can do. Some people like to do, like some photographers do like doing action shots. Maybe you know how to skateboard. Maybe you know how to play basketball. Anything, honestly. If you can bring something good to the table and it coincides with what the photographer wants to do, it can help you out tremendously.
Think about your strengths and use them.
So we believe this is the most important one, is coming up with the concept, which makes it a ton more easier to do the collaboration. When you come up with the idea, what you want to do, what you want to project, the style, the props you're gonna wear, the clothes you're gonna wear, the location, the time, and everything, it makes it so much easier on the photographer. And they're like, oh, this model's prepared. He knows what they want. They know what they want to do. All I have to do is go get there and shoot, and it makes it 100% more easier for them. Because a lot of the times I have heard where the model reaches out to the photographer and they're like, what do you want to shoot? And the model's like, oh, I don't know. I thought you would plan that out. No, a lot of that is heavily weighed on you, especially when you're the one reaching out or the one that wants the photographs, guys. Make sure you work with the photographer with the vision that you're coming up with. For example, if you're going for fantasy, work with the photographer that does fantasy, like Bletzy. He's on Instagram, link down below. And or a person that does like high fashion, Alexandra. I'll post her Instagram down below as well. Definitely look for the photographer, the kind of photographer you want to work with, and make sure you get set up and ready for everything you want to do. Make the vision board, show it to them, and if they like it, it makes it a lot more higher for them to accept the collaboration, since you're prepared for everything.
Yes, because first of all, you spend the most time and effort and brainstorming into creating the idea. If they love it, it kind of also guarantees to them that you're probably not gonna flake last minute or cancel on them or just stop responding mid preparing for the shoot. Because you already put a lot of effort, you already invested, and so it kind of gives them that security that, okay, they're serious about it. Even if they seem a little immature on their page because they don't have a big portfolio, they know what they want to do. great. And a lot of photographers, they also looking for ideas all the time. Some of them just don't know what they want to shoot, and so they're just gonna be happy that somebody just brought them the whole package of the full idea, like, okay, let's do this, 2-3 looks. I'm gonna prepare this, I'm gonna prepare that, we can shoot at this location. Great if it's like free location, so none of you have to pay for it.
Definitely.
And photographer are gonna be like, great, like you're so easy to work with.
Yeah.
So this is like the biggest step. Just prepare,
vision board, and get everything ready, and your chances are gonna skyrocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whenever you're coming up with an idea, try to create an idea that is unique in some way. It doesn't have to be something that nobody ever done before, something out of this world, but do not try to just go with mainstream ideas that every other model already did on their profile, every blogger already tried it out, and then you're like, okay, this is trendy, let me jump on the trend. Like, you can be a trend follower or you can be a trendsetter. Be a trendsetter.
I'm a trendsetter.
I like that confidence.
Goddamn right. And for beginner models, don't try to overcomplicate things. If you're just starting out, don't try to be like super high fashion. Oh, I gotta buy all the Gucci stuff and all that stuff. No, start off basic. Go to a park, meet the photographer somewhere. Oh, I have this idea. It's a little bit different. Not, like she said, not the same as everybody else. Kind of like, I'll show an example that I have here with Kelly. The one with the flowers. That wasn't hard to do. It was in the field. All I wore was a green top with some flowers. It was different than most photos I've seen or I've done. So it's different but not complicated. So don't try to do like something super high fashion with it, like helicopters in the background, big old dress, a fire, things like that. Just keep it basic, keep it easy, and don't stress yourself out too much, especially when you're just a beginner.
Do not overcomplicate the logistics of setting up the whole shoot, and make sure it's going to be somewhat easy to execute for both you and photographer, and it's not going to require an extra investment on both of your parts, like big investment at least. So if you are like, great idea to be like on the rooftop somewhere with like amazing view and like a big ass dress or something, like, great. Do you have the dress? Do you have the location? Do you know if you need a permit on that location?
Can the photographer execute that picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For it to look nice. So there's just so many things that you have to consider. Like, do not try to jump higher than yourself.
Then you can.
Just at the time. But that's just for beginners. I mean, if you've been already into it for a while and you've already tried simplest ideas, of course,
you can always shoot higher, and then once you become a better model or a more established model, you'll have a little bit more connections and people that actually know how to set those kind of photo shoots up and know how to get those photos executed. So just work your way up, guys. Start off basic, it's okay, and slowly but surely you'll get to that point where you can do these amazing photos.
Okay guys, we really hope that we did help you out and we helped you to navigate a little bit in the world of collaborations. Hopefully you get a photographer that's going to be interested in collaborating with you. We're definitely planning sometime soon making another video where we're going to dive deeper into logistics of preparing for the shoot and getting there and executing the whole thing. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, if you found this helpful, if you have any questions, leave the comments down below. Let us know if you liked the video, if we missed on anything, maybe you have an extra tips.
Definitely, guys. Any questions down below, of course, hit that thumbs up to help us out to reach out to more models in the modeling world that want to get interested into modeling. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification button so when the next video comes out, you'll be the first one to watch. And if you have a lot more questions, guys, we do have a lot more videos, so go check those out, and you never know, it might answer the question you have now. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate your time, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Thank you.